This is the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Win and in. That's the name of the game for the Annapolis Navigators. Lose, and they are eliminated from playoff contention. It's the final game of the SFLm regular season as the Navigators sail into Tacoma, Washington to do battle with the Grizzlies. Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Falk. Alongside me in the commentary box is Ryan Yosef. Delaney Nash is in the stats truck, and the commissioner Cameron Irvine is our producer. Ryan, it looks like a simple task for Annapolis, but it could be very difficult for them against these Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies are the beast you must meet to get extra games. Do not say no, because today it's Annapolis that wants to play tomorrow.
And Tacoma pulled out a heroic double overtime win last week against Salt Lake City. Now we will see those same Rustlers cheer Tacoma on, as a win for the Grizzlies is crucial for their playoff chances.
Cinderella's story has nothing to do with it. Put on your fuzzy socks, put on your nightcap, enjoy the ride.
The stage has been set. The teams are ready. Are you ready, SFL Nation? I want to hear you in chat! As here we go! The final regular season game is off and running as Mitchell Simpson starts to return about the 10-yard line and will get all the way up to about the 28. And that is where we will see Johnny Reno lead out the Tacoma Grizzlies offense for the first drive of the game.
Hey, I'm excited about what Tacoma brings here. Although it has been an interesting season for them, they have the opportunity to play spoiler today.
So we'll see them come out in the I formation with two tight ends near side. Be a fake handoff from Johnny Reno and a quick dump off back to the man he faked to, and that'll pick up about 7 yards. Let's meet the Grizzlies offensive lineup. Johnny Reno is the starting quarterback today. Brad Jones is the halfback. Chris Lee leads out the Tacoma wide receivers, and Ziggy Hronik, who caught the game-winning touchdown in double overtime last week, is the tight end. Ace formation here for the Grizzlies is will be a handoff for the running back Brad Jones, and Brad Jones is going to fight for first down yardage.
Early on here, you can see the mustache man himself, Brad Jones, playing a major role in the offense, as it looks like they're trying to put the key focus on him in order to set the tempo for the team.
So a good starting out to the drive here for the Grizzlies as they pick up the first down. Reno's going to go back into the gun with Jones off to his right, along with two wide receivers out the direction as well. Reno pass far side. It's just going to be a little bit too far for Chris Lee to haul in. That'll bring up second down as we will get you introduced to the Annapolis Navigators defense. Benny Butcher is the defensive tackle. Jay Mart is their linebacker. Len Jones leads the quarterbacks on the field. And we have two promising safeties in Josh Rowe and the new Week 9 signing, David Leathers. Bunch set far side here for the Grizzlies. It'll be a handoff to Brad Jones, and Brad Jones is going to fight through traffic to pick up 3 yards.
Getting back to the run in order to try to see if they can catch him off guard. No luck there after a good pass attempt last play, even though it was not successful, trying to get back to a little bit more balanced offense.
And that is my fault. You are correct in chat, and Ryan, you are correct. That is JQ who leads the offense out today, not Johnny Reno. Q back to pass here, steps up to the pocket, fires over the middle, tries to find Chris Lee, but that's just going to fall to the turf. Good coverage there by Brad Simmons, forces the fourth down.
Q wanting to go across the middle, can't get any luck. It is just two guys draped all over each other. Football ends up actually going in the back of the middle, or the linebacker there, breaks it up. It brings up a pivotal stop to the drive for 4th and 7.
So we'll see the punting unit come out here for Tacoma, and it'll be Johnny Landers, who will stand at about his 27-yard line. Punts away, and Brian Way will start at about his 19, who tries to cut up field, but is met by the defensive lineman, who gets all the way downfield to bring him down.
All right, now we get to see Annapolis offense for the first time. Again, I've got 2 quarterbacks on my list here. Do you know who we're going to see today?
I believe we'll see L.A. Rowe. No, it'll be Spencer Gordon who gets the start today. It'll come out in the far formation with 2 wide receivers. Handoff to the left side for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, the league's leading rusher, has some yards, breaks off a tackle, and fights all the way for the first down. Bailey O'Shaughnessy getting the Navigators offense off with a lightning rod of a run.
I love the way O'Shaughnessy runs. I know it's the first run of the game, so the legs and the shoulders are fresh, but it's always a deep step run, very powerful running, especially around the outside.
But come on in the goal line set here for the Navigators. There'll be another run for Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Breaks off yet another tackle before getting brought down after a gain of 5. Let's go ahead and meet the rest of this Navigators offense. It'll be Spencer Gordon, the starting quarterback today, with Bailey O'Shaughnessy, as we mentioned earlier, the league's leading rusher at running back. Denzel McCray and Josh Gill make up the wide receiving threats, and Guy Clausen is their tight end. Offset eye behind Gordon here on 2nd and 5. He'll go back to pass. Looks over the middle, finds his target, who gets by the defenders. That would be Guy Clausen, and he gets it all the way down to the Tacoma 30-yard line.
Guy Clausen, 6'1", 234, with the outstretched catch here from the little sidearm action again we're seeing. And it's race to the football, and this time Guy wins it. And then it's taken down by number 24, James Troll II.
So after that huge passing play to Guy Clausen, they'll start this next portion of the drive on the Tacoma 30-yard line. They're going to come out with the goal line set again. Be another run up the middle for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, but that time the Tacoma defense says not this time. And let's go ahead and meet that Tacoma defense. Exodus O'Brien is the defensive tackle. Keenan Samuels is the stud outside linebacker. Cody Griffin is the cornerback, and the 2 safeties are R.D. Smith and Blake Prime. Gordon to throw far side, but that's going to go absolutely nowhere. Fantastic defense by Mike Little.
Yeah, it's a ball trajectory issue here as we take a look at the play. And it's some of it is from that sidearm motion that we tend to get with Spencer Gordon. And I should sound more confident. He's got to get the ball up and over that defense in order to give his receiver a chance.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 11 here early in this first quarter, as the Navigators will come out 4 wide receivers. Guy Clausen off to the right of Spencer Gordon, and he's all alone in the backfield. Back to pass. Gordon fires near side, tipped up in the air, and that's one's going to fall to the turf out of bounds. Fantastic stop by this Tacoma defense. Andy Harris gets his mitts on that one.
Spencer Gordon has a little pressure in his face as they only leave 5 blockers in the line, and the tight end goes out, does not provide any support. And the 4 rushers from the defensive line of Tacoma get and apply the pressure just enough to force the football a little bit early.
So the Navigators are come out and try a 48-yard field goal from the right hash. This is Hubert Murphy, the kicker for the Navigators. Snap spot. The kick is up. It looks like it has the distance. No, it does not. That one's going to fall just short, and we remain a scoreless ball game.
High snap. We'll see if that plays in later.
And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back. It's early in the first quarter here in this one. My name is Tyler Falk alongside Ryan Yosef and the Commissioner Cameron Irvine. You're watching the Tacoma Grizzlies take on the Annapolis Navigators. And it will be Johnny Reno who gets the call back in at quarterback, and they'll start the drive at their own 38. It's a quick dump off to Brad Jones, and Brad Jones shrugs off a tackle and then is knocked out of bounds after a gain of 9.
I hope everybody at home is starting to get a feel for how this game is likely to go. Offense is showing success with their running backs, putting it on the shoulders of those running backs, and the offense is going through both of them.
Goal line set here for the Grizzlies here on 2nd and short. They're going to run play off to the near side, and it'll be Brad Jones who gets to finish what he started on first down. He picks up the first down.
2 men meeting at the line of scrimmage, 1-on-1, and they get 2 yards. So it's enough for the first down. Another tough run for Brad Jones.
So following the first down run, Johnny Reno is going to come up with 4 wide receivers and Jones all alone in the backfield. Reno back to passing, the 5-step drop, fires and finds Chris Lee on the left side, and it's another first down, and Chris Lee has really been the do-it-all wide receiver for this Grizzlies offense.
Reno with a great completion here. He has both wide receivers as options, chooses the inside receiver for an easier throw. The safety there, or the corner there, Len Jones, number 24, cannot get over the top in time to knock it down.
Another first down here for this Grizzlies offense. This one inside Annapolis territory. Bunch set near side as Reno's back to pass again. Fires deep down the middle. That one is hauled in, and they're going to get right into the end zone. The Grizzlies marching down the field, and there's the hero from last week. Ziggy Hronik comes up with that reception.
Oh, I don't know if it's said, but get Ziggy with it as he gets over the top of the defense. If he can lead him just a little bit more, we could be talking end zone. But 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line ain't so bad.
Not so bad indeed, as the Grizzlies are now in the red zone and looking to put some points on the board early. Reno in the gun with backs on either side of him. Back to pass, pressure, and the blitz coming. He's going to fire to the outside. That's going to hit the hands of his receiver, Mitchell Simpson. He isn't not able to bring that in.
Yeah, that is disappointing, not making that catch. You're in a full protect, max protect situation for Tacoma. You've got 2 safety blitzers coming on the outside. Your halfback and fullback pick it up in order to help. You cannot drop those kind of balls when your team does so much work.
Coverage is going to back off at about 10 yards. There's only 7 men in the box here for this I formation, and they're going to protect against Brad Jones trying to run up the middle, and he picks up good yards, a good gain of 5, and that's going to be 3rd and 5 here in the red zone.
Looks like a little cramp action for Brad Jones coming back to the huddle, but Annapolis there reads run, plays run, and Jones still gets 5 on the play.
So 3rd and 5 on the Annapolis 12. They come out of the I formation. 3 wide receivers. Reno takes a quick drop, fire to the right over the middle, but the defense played that perfectly. The pass was deflected by Jay Mart.
Oh, linebacker reading Reno's eyes. He did not have to cover anyone falling back into the zone. Knocks it down, but that could have been much more dangerous. If you're walking away with 3 points and you're Tacoma here after that play, hey, that's not bad either. I think I said that earlier.
So it'll be Lance Barber on to try and put Tacoma up by 3 points here midway through the first quarter. Snap spot, the kick is up, and the Tacoma kicker puts one through. And Tacoma lead here early in the game. It's 3-0.
Where one kicker fails, the next kicker steps up for Tacoma. Big points for Tacoma. Big swing in the game. Technically 6 points if you really look at it from far away. We'll see if Annapolis can respond.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport, where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turn players, coaches, scouts, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information. Annapolis here, Ryan, have to respond to that field goal. They missed one on the previous drive. They're going to need to get some points here to keep pace with Tacoma.
I'm excited to see if they can run the ball again this drive.
4 wide receivers and Bailey O'Shaughnessy in the backfield. It'll be L.A. Rowe here to pass. He passes out to the far side, and that one is hauled in by Grant Nelson for a pickup of 6.
Yeah, I can't figure out if that's their second or third backup tight end that is able to come in there and get the catch. I'm actually surprised in 2 drives, well, 1 drive and 1 play. We haven't seen anything really of Josh Gill, the number 1 tied for number 1 touchdowns in the SFLm.
Offset eye behind L.A. Rowe and 2 wide receivers to his right. He's going to fire underneath and find Josh Gill, and Josh Gill's going to have enough yards to pick up the first down.
I see you, LaRoe. L.A. LaRoe, I see you. You heard me. You responded with an out route to Josh Gill. He loves tripping and falling over his legs for a first down. He does it there again. We'll see if we see it again later.
Another offset I formation here for the Navigators. Be a handoff to Bailey O'Shaughnessy on the left side. He tries to fight through the tackle, but he's unable to do it. James Stroll II comes up with that one.
Martin Connors, their guard, cannot get out in time to provide that pivotal pulling block that they need in order to set the edge. And O'Shaughnessy does not wait for him to get there, is not patient on the run. The end result, a loss of 1.
L.A. Rie has an empty backfield behind him and 4 wide receivers. Passes over the middle to a diving receiver, and the receiver is unable to haul that in, intended for Chris Armstrong.
I'm excited to see what Rie can do today in this game, because at least in the games that I've had a chance to watch over the course of this season, Annapolis's ability to pass the ball is what ultimately opens up O'Shaughnessy later on in the game.
They're going to come quickly to the line here with 4 wide receivers again. Same formation. L.A. Rie back to pass. Good pocket held there by the offensive line, but the pass to Josh Gill is going to fall incomplete. The safety in the area was able to knock it away. Josh Rowe.
Normally confident set of hands by Gill in that case cannot go up tall enough and come down strong enough. It's a disappointing way to end this drive, but it's important that they start to play the battle of field position.
So we'll see for the first time today, the punter, Ren Fullman, will come on and take the punt.
Oh,
that was a close one. Good pressure by the Tacoma special teams unit, but instead it'll be Mitchell Simpson trying to make a return. He's going to go absolutely nowhere. He'll get to the 23, and that's it.
Let's watch as that develops as well today. That great outside pressure applied by yeah, that was Annapolis, wasn't it? No, that was Tacoma. Okay, Tacoma on the outside on those punts. These colors got me flip-flopped.
Ace formation, that's what calling 2 games will do to you, as Johnny Reno back to pass, finds his man over the middle, and that one's going to be hauled in by Ziggy Hronik for a gain of 8.
You spoke of the importance of Ziggy in last week's game, and we see him showing up early here again. So that's 6'6", 260 pounds, a big target for Reno.
Power formation here on 2nd and short here for the Grizzlies. 3 backs in the backfield, pressure coming up the middle, and they're going to go absolutely nowhere. Benny Butcher broke to the line as soon as the ball was snapped and took down Brad Jones in the backfield.
Holy goodness, get out the cleaver for Butcher. He could have taken down 2 full-grown men with that rush.
And it'll be 3rd and 4 here for the Grizzlies. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and Brad Jones in the backfield. They come again with the pressure, but that time's be hauled in by Chris Lee on the left side. And Chris Lee has them all the way down to the 45.
Hold your breath, Tacoma fans. Reno takes a one of those three-step tricky drops. We're all holding our breath in the booth, wondering whether or not he can get it away, and he does confidently to Lee as Lee comes back to the football, beating the corner. Big game for the Grizzlies.
Lee's going to get a breather here on first down as Tacoma is going to come out in the goal line formation. Navigators are going to stack the box here with 9 men in the box, but there's going to be a misstep of the defensive line, and Brad Jones is going to have a free play, and with that, he'll take him well beyond the first down marker, and I'm sure they'll take the yards over the penalty. Indeed, it will be called on the Navigators, and so it will be a first down for Tacoma.
Plenty of room for Jones early in this game to run. That one is a prime example of it. Not getting touched until he's 10 yards up the field. Annapolis is got to get to Jones if they want to control the Grizzlies.
Just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Johnny Reno back in the gun with two backs. Pressure coming again, and Johnny Reno is gonna get thrown to the turf by guess who? Benny Butcher.
He is beefy. This Butcher cannot be contained, and don't you dare ask him to be trimmed. He gets all the way back to Reno and tosses him down Twista style for a big sack for Annapolis.
It's a loss of 7, and the Grizzlies are now well out of field goal range. They have 2, maybe 3 downs to get back in there or get beyond. Jones will get the call here on second down as he'll only be able to pick up 1 as the Navigators swallow him whole at the 40-yard line.
I thought he had more room there on that run when he took it, but the pursuit ended up ultimately getting there. Impressive stop by the defense.
So that ends the first quarter of play. Tacoma leading the Annapolis Navigators 3-0. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back to the second quarter of play here in Tacoma, Washington. The Grizzlies are leading the Navigators 3-0. My name is Tyler Falk, and alongside me this evening is Ryan Yosef. As Johnny Reno takes the snap, passes over the middle, has his man, and that's going to be just enough for the first down. A huge conversion of 17 yards.
Wow, what a pitch and catch. The pressure actually still coming up the middle. We're almost calling Butcher's name for a third time on this drive, but the ball is thrown out to number 19, Martin Folkwork, and he knows where the first down marker is, so he grabs it, goes down, and takes that first down back with him to the sideline.
And the Grizzlies are having another promising drive here to start the second quarter as Reno goes back to pass here on first down, fires over the middle, has his man somehow. That looked like it was going right to the linebacker, but Chris Lee says, I got the ball, and a first down.
These are tight windows, and it is impressive by Reno. He's keeping his team moving down the field. They are in striking distance. They could get one more first down before punching it in.
Power formation here for the Grizzlies on first down in the red zone. It'll be another handoff to Brad Jones, but going absolutely nowhere. He was stood up behind the line by Chad Owens.
Chad Owens takes down Brad Jones. If you ever get a chance to look away from the football, that was a perfect play. Benny Butcher, totally confident that that number 52 Owens has him wrapped up, just starts walking back to the huddle.
So Johnny Reno's going to go back in the gun, 3 wide receivers and backs on either side of him. He's back to pass, fires far side to an open receiver, and turning upfield is that is Jeremichael Thomas, and that's going to pick up a good chunk of yards, but they still need a couple more to convert.
Yep, they're just trying to move it back into attacking range on third down. They can get a first, but it's one of those scenarios where if you're really going to try to get a first down, you're probably just throwing the ball into the end zone.
So 3rd and 6 on the Annapolis 7. You don't need a touchdown, but more than likely a conversion here would result in that as Reno's back to pass. Pressure coming, fires far side, and nearly picked off on the goal line by the Navigators. Phillips there on coverage, and Reno's going to be lucky that wasn't picked. On comes the field goal unit.
It's almost like the last time that when they had to kick the field goal on that last drive, they had one of those scary plays right beforehand again where you wanted to get 7, but you're happy to get 3 because it could have been much, much worse.
On to take the field goal is Lance Barber trying to go 2 for 2. It'll be a 24-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap spot, pressure coming. He gets the ball away, and it is good. Tacoma extend the lead by 3. It's 6-0.
Low snap on that ball. With all the swagger the kicker's walking around with, you think he would have been a little more nervous. Very low snap. Keeps his timing in place enough to punch it through for a very short field goal.
Lance Barber going to go ahead and kick this one away to Annapolis. Waiting at about the 10-yard line is Brian Way, and that's where he starts the return, brings it upfield to the 20 to the 25, spins, makes a nice move, and will get it all the way to the 29-yard line. The SFL All-Star Game is Sunday, December 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. The SFLm semifinals air Wednesday, December 9th on YouTube, and the SFLm culminates with the championship on Sunday, December 13th. Watch the last opportunities for veterans to show off their skills from Season 15, and check out the last opportunities for rookies to showcase their growth ahead of this year's draft this week and next on the SFL family of networks. Rie gonna fire that one out on the out route. That one's gonna be hauled in by Josh Gill for a gain of 4.
Impressively getting that 1 foot down just in time to complete it, but now we're starting to see Gill get worked in. But at the same time, in the last drive even, we lose a little bit of O'Shaughnessy. So it's tough to keep balance right now, it appears, against this Tacoma defense.
Near formation here for the Navigators here on 2nd and 6. Rie back to pass, fires near side this time for Josh Gill, and that time they're going to rule that he did not have possession before he exited the field of play. 3rd down upcoming.
Throwing it on that back hip. This time it goes a little too far up the field and a little too far behind him. He can't rotate around enough in order to get there. That one really wasn't close as his back heel ends up on the white stripe.
Empty backfield here on 3rd down. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Pass over the middle to Josh Gill. He has it, and this will be enough for the 1st down.
They must have talked in the huddle and said, I'm going to throw it exactly 8 yards up the field to this spot. I'm going to take 3 steps, and I'm going to get rid of it right away. Because if you watch Gill, he runs right to that spot, and it's a race to see who can get there first. Gill wins the race, and Annapolis has a 1st down.
3 straight plays have gone Josh Gill's way. This time he's going to be off the field as the Navigators come out in the goal line formation. Handoff O'Shaughnessy. He's up the middle, but he's going to be met by a bunch of Grizzlies. A sloth of Grizzlies come and take him down.
You know, it's a shame I use push to talk, because when that hit came, I'm like, ooh, as he's met with Cody Griffin and James Troll II. The problem is, those are your cornerbacks. They cannot be the first ones to meet your running back.
I want to thank everyone joining us here on YouTube. Garrett Winker, Denzel McCray, Tyrone Jones, just to name a few, as Bailey O'Shaughnessy gets another call, and he's going to head off to the left side. Quick game break, courtesy of Tyrone Jones. Memphis and Ottawa are all tied up in the game happening on the SFL Twitch channel, and both of those teams need a win and in, just like Annapolis does. So here on 3rd and 3, it'll be the far formation here for the Navigators. It's a handoff to O'Shaughnessy. Absolutely crushed. A huge hit by Keenan Samuels denies Annapolis a 1st down.
That is disappointing. Keenan Samuels, I've got him as number 2 in tackles per game. A week 4 signing, a big player for this Tacoma defense. And
that'll bring out the punting unit as the blitz came from the outside. They were able to get it away Turner will let the ball drop to the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1. But that one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
You have to watch your toes. That's quite literally what it looks like happens here. You have the special teams player just put their foot into the end zone and touch the football. That is not good special teams. And they say games are won and lost in 3 forms of football, not 2.
4 wide receivers with trips near side here on first down. Tacoma looking to go aggressive right away to start the drive. Pass is caught near side, and that one's going to go for a gain of 5. Good pass there by James.
Nice, simple out route after 2 deep routes running in parallel to it. Creates enough room to start your drive with a simple 5-yard gain.
Go again with trips near side, and Brad Jones in the backfield. The pass, quick pass here from Reno. Finds his man over the middle. That's Ziggy Hronik, and they pick up the first down. They're going to try and catch Annapolis on their heels as they go to the hurry up.
Like what they see.
Reno back to pass again. Pressure coming. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. That time sacked by Bob Vance. And they're going to try and go back to the hurry up again. 2nd and 14. Pressure coming again up the middle as Reno rolls out. That's going to be incomplete pass. And again, they're going to go in the hurry up, Ryan.
They like this formation. They might have it over the top here.
Throws off the back foot, intended for the receiver, and that's going to fall incomplete. They tried to find Jeremichael Thomas, but nothing doing there.
Pressure, or at least the implied pressure on Reno gets to him. Releases the football too early. If he could hang on to it again, maybe take a 5-step drop instead of his 3-step drop, he would have had time to plant his feet and throw it up over the top of the defense.
On a punt now is Johnny Landers for Tacoma. Bunts away, and Chris Armstrong starts the return at about the 34-yard line. He'll bring it all the way up to the 38. Ryan, Annapolis has been shut out so far in this game. That doesn't do well for their playoff chances. They need a win here, and they need to start getting some points on the board.
Yeah, but they're not out of it. Their defense has been holding relatively solid. They're giving up 6 points, but it doesn't feel like the game or the momentum's really not in their favor. They just need to get a good established 8-play drive done.
3 wide receivers and an offset back here for L.A. Ray. And he finds the back, Bailey O'Shaughnessy. But Bailey O'Shaughnessy is going to fall out of bounds after catching it and losing 1 yard.
LA just must have been screaming for help in the outlet as throws the ball with a tackler on his ankles. At that point, if you are O'Shaughnessy, it's okay. Just do the old volleyball spike and spike it forward and knock it out of bounds.
Offset eye here behind Rie. He's going to go back to pass here on 2nd down. Fires deep over the middle. That one is caught for a big gain. Guy Clausen over the middle. His 2nd huge catch of the game.
The tight end bounces up off of great catch, but I've got to be asking questions. Are your ribs still attached? Nice hit delivered right up under the breadbasket. Big catch in traffic. Nice work.
To be 1st down inside Tacoma territory here for the Navigators. Ryan O'Shaughnessy in the backfield and 3 wide receivers in the formation. Rie back to pass, fires near side, has Josh Gill on that side, and he muscles off the defender and then tiptoes out of bounds after a gain of about 7.
I don't know if you had a chance there. It looks like words were being shared between Gill and punter Johnny Landers of the Grizzlies. You got to be careful. That's a punter there. I don't know why he's picking fights with such a tall wide receiver.
Especially an explosive wide receiver in Gill. I formation here with Gill up to the far side of your screen. It'll be a handoff to O'Shaughnessy. And Keenan Samuels gets in the backfield and rustles down Bailey O'Shaughnessy. It'll be 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Great eye focus for Keenan Samuels as he keeps his eye on the running back of O'Shaughnessy, and there's no room coming around the edge. I haven't figured out really if there's been more success up the middle or around the outside for O'Shaughnessy, but they've got to keep him active in the game.
Ace formation here on third down. Rie back to pass over the middle. He's going to have it, but they're going to mark him just short. Keenan Samuels in on the tackle to force a fourth down.
Again, the football is placed a little bit behind Gill, which slows him up on the route. When you fall a couple inches short, that could have been gained had it just been thrown just slightly in front of Gill instead.
Goal line formation here on fourth down. Navigators might look to convert here on fourth down and continue the drive. Handoff, O'Shaughnessy has the hole, and more importantly, has the first down. A great play call there from the Navigators, and their drive continues.
Nice call. What's really surprising in there is Tacoma doesn't even stack the box, even though you could, if I was a betting man, I'd put a bunch of money on that being a run, but only 7 in the box. Plenty of room for O'Shaughnessy to run.
Trips near side, and it's L.A. Rie all alone in the backfield here on first down. Blitz coming from the near side, pass over on the middle to Josh Gill, but that's just going to be a little bit too far out of his reach.
Josh Gill definitely the focus on this drive. Had a ton of Navigator options on the field in that route combination. Could have thrown it to just about any of them, as Tacoma finds himself playing more of a deep zone concept against them at this time.
3 wide receivers out here on second down. Nickel formation here for the Tacoma defense. Dump off there to Bailey O'Shaughnessy, but he's going to go absolutely nowhere, taken down by a sleuth of Grizzlies at just about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it grabs a couple. It's a nice, self-victory for the stats for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, but great pursuit put on by the Grizzlies defense. We'll see if they can stop him here on 3rd and long.
Trips far side of the formation this time on 3rd down. Rie back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and that one's going to be thrown weakly over the middle. He's going to be thankful that one wasn't picked off.
That ball must have been touched at the line because Troll pretty much tackled Josh Gill, and the football didn't even end up where it was targeted. So, big stop for the Grizzlies defense, which we've been wondering whether or not they can control and continue, and it looks like they're at least still in the driver's seat with 2:26 left in the second.
The last time Hubert Murphy was on an extra field goal, that was 48 yards out, and he missed that. This one from a little bit shorter distance. The kick is up, and the kick this time is no good as well. He missed it right, and the Tacoma Grizzlies will take over on their 34-yard line.
If you are listening to this broadcast from the Tacoma field, I need you to do me a favor in the stands. Lick your finger and tell me, is there high winds out there?
Probably had a little bit to do with that, and an unfortunate series of events for the Navigators, and Tacoma gets the ball back. They're going to come out in the ace formation here to start the drive. It'll be a play action to Brad Jones, and he'll dump it off to the far side to Chris Lee, and it's going to be a late hit penalty on the Navigators. Wow. Things are going bad to worse for Annapolis.
Late hit, number 26, defense.
And that will see the Tacoma Grizzlies get a free first down and a few more yards.
It's just doesn't make sense to me. I get it. He's down. He's out. You've got to keep your head in the game, especially after a weird play from Reno there, who does play action run, self-draw play action run, then throws the ball.
And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. In this one, it's been a tightly contested ball game. Tacoma is leading this one 6-0. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back to Washington State. My name is Tyler Falk. Alongside me is Ryan Yosef, and the commissioner Cameron Irvine is our producer. It'll be a handoff to Brad Jones here on first down after the penalty. He tries to break off one tackle, but it'll be ultimately wrestled down to the ground after a gain of 4.
Keeping everybody at arm's length on that run is Brad Jones. It feels like we haven't called his name on a run recently, or rather a successful run. Does a good job keeping everybody at a distance. The 4 is a definite positive for.
I formation handoff. Brad Jones up the middle. He's going to get the first down on a very successful running play. The offensive line created a huge hole for him to run through.
Jeez, Brad Jones must have heard you talking bad about him on that last play, so he responds here. Yeah, that's not my fault that he got a first down in about 10 yards. That's on your conscience.
So the Tacoma Grizzlies come out in the gun. Brad Jones off to the left. Reno fires over the middle, finds Ziggy Hronic, and they're going to march down the field picking up a first down, and they're going to go to the hurry-up. Now they're passing play here for the Grizzlies. Pass near side has Jermichael Thomas for a gain of 4, and he steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
I can appreciate a little hurry up as long as you've got a plan. Last time they went hurry up, I don't think it was what they would have wanted. So in this case, it's nice to see them head back to the huddle after a nice 4-yard gain.
You're a Salt Lake City fan. This game is going your way. Tacoma's leading 6-0. Meanwhile, in the other game, courtesy of our Commissioner Kevin Irvine, it's still tied up there midway through the third quarter. Power formation, handoff to Brad Jones on the far side. He wrestles off a tackler and picks up the first down. 45 seconds and counting remaining here in the second corner. They hurry back up the line, call the same exact play, and that time it's not going to work out for him as he's leveled in the backfield for a loss of 2.
We haven't seen a ton of success in that power formation. That the play before the last one was a nice run, but beyond that, Annapolis has been able to sniff it out and really stack the box in order to respond to it.
So 2nd and 12 left to go here for the Grizzlies. Bunch set far side of the field. Reno's going to go back to pass. 5-step drop. Fires near side. Finds Ziggy Hronic. And he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Tacoma!
Wide open on the out route is, I believe your pronunciation that time was Hronic! And he finds plenty of room to march in untouched for a touchdown. Hey, Tyler, I think he's one of your favorite.
Ziggy Hronic in back-to-back games has made tremendous plays, and you can't help but be a little bit of a fan of a fantastic player. And Tacoma looked to go up 13 points, pending the extra point from Lance Barber. Snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good. Tacoma are shutting out the Navigators 13-0. The season 16 SFL rookie draft begins Saturday, December 19th. The most unique night of the year. The whole league comes together with live look-ins, panelist breakdowns, and rookie reactions as careers begin and new journeys take shape in preparation for the SFL's Winter 2021 season, which kicks off Saturday, January the 23rd. Stay tuned to www.simulationfl.net for broadcast details and information.
So do you feel that they need to score something here?
They need to get at least a field goal, in my opinion, if they want to go into the locker room with at least a little bit of momentum, because right now Tacoma has all the momentum.
I'm getting that urgency feeling. This game is moving very quickly. If you're Annapolis, you need something.
Offset eye behind Rie here to start the drive. It'll be a handoff to O'Shaughnessy. Shrugs off one tackler, spins away from another, but he's only going to pick up 2, and they're going to elect to let the clock run down. That might be the final play of the half.
Yeah, almost busted one out there is O'Shaughnessy. Ultimately, I think this is the decision they're going to make. They're not really that far out of the game. It just doesn't feel good right now.
Gun set here for the Navigators. Last play of the game. Pumps once, fires near side, and that one's going to be caught out of bounds by Josh Gill. And so, to end the first half of play, The Navigators currently are losing in this football game 13-0, and that is spelling doom for their playoff chances.
It is a disappointing start for a team that's got to get the W. They have made it into their zone to try to score points. Their kicker ultimately hanging them out to dry, going wide right in both kicks, and so they get nothing for all of the effort.
Something that has probably held more sway in all this game is you notice the rushing yards, only 26 for Bailey O'Shaughnessy and the Navigators. They need to get him going here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the way the game flow has gone for both teams. It seems like that, and it could just be me, but the first half went rather quickly for two teams that chose to pass the football a lot. So that what that tells me is we've got two teams completing a lot of passes, but then when they try to run it, there have been little pockets where they've had success too.
As you see the highlights roll in front of you, Josh Gill has a very nice set of completions. We've seen Benny Butcher of Annapolis get through the offensive line to bring down Johnny Reno in the backfield multiple times. And so right now it's really been a defensive battle. Both defenses have really come to play today.
I'm excited to see the second half. I look to see if either of these quarterbacks can take the next step. And I predict this game will come down to which running back has the last biggest run.
The second half from Tacoma, Washington comes to you now live. My name is Tyler Falk alongside Ryan Yosef and the Commissioner Cameron Irvine. It's been a very tight ball game. Tacoma currently is shutting out Annapolis 13-0, and they'll kick it off to Annapolis to start the second half. Brian Way starts the return about the 9 yards, gets the 20, the 25, jukes a man out of shoes, and then gets all the way down to the 29-yard line, and that is where L.A. Ray will start the drive.
I'm a big fan of number 80, Brian Way. As one of the top non-contract players in this league, I just get excited to see him get the football, and he has big games when Annapolis needs him to.
So Bailey O'Shaughnessy off to his left, three wide receivers in the formation here to start the drive from their own 29. Rie back to pass, pressure coming from up the middle, and that one is hauled in by Josh Gill on the far side. Nearly batted away, but Josh Gill hangs in up there to complete the catch.
I think that ball was quite literally only thrown to a spot that only Gill could catch. The pressure being put on Rie there is going to catch up to them. He has to get enough time to plant his feet.
I formation here on second and short. It'll be a handoff to Bailey O'Shaughnessy on the near side. Muscles off one defender, shrugs off another, and has to be gang tackled at the 46-yard line.
That is pumping iron stiff arms. Grabs the defender by the chest and shoves him away. As you can see, it is a very congested power run play here. Number 56 becoming a football card that will be printed as the rookie card for Bailey O'Shaughnessy.
Phenomenal start to the drive. An excellent open field running there by Bailey O'Shaughnessy. On offset eye to start this first down. Another run to the outside for Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Hurdles a man, gets to the outside, and gets right to the first down marker. They'll mark him just shy of the first down.
Bailey's got to take the football and get up the field as quickly as possible, and this play actually gets strung out a little bit and gets tied up in his blockers. Leaves his blockers behind and finds open green past them. A great run from a good running back.
We're seeing them get Bailey O'Shaughnessy involved here this early in this second half. Maybe a spark that leads to something more as Bailey O'Shaughnessy gets another call here, gets up the middle, and he'll pick up the first down for the Navigators.
Finding a lot of success on this drive on the ground. O'Shaughnessy has so far not eliminated, but sidestepped, shrugged, stiff-armed at least the first tackler every time he is met at the line.
Bunch set near side on this first down. Nickel formation for the Grizzlies. Rie back to pass. Finds Josh Gill. Excuse me, that's going to be not Josh Gill, but it's a completed catch out there to Guy Clausen, the tight end.
Working that out route inside out again. We see it a lot in this league, but it's very effective for what it needs to be, which is the equivalent of a good run up the middle, but keeps your wide receivers active in the game.
Good little pickup there on first down. Sees a 2nd and 6 here for Annapolis. They come out offset I. 3 tight ends in the formation. Be a handoff to O'Shaughnessy near side. He's only going to pick up 2 before he's brought down at the Tacoma 27.
I think that was Gill standing on the end of the line of scrimmage here as the wide receiver closest to us. I'd be interested to see what Annapolis could do out of that formation with a play action. Gill's not in there to block, but he could be in there to go to the end zone.
We'll see if they go back to that formation and try a play action out of there later. But for now, Rie back to pass. Good pocket. And he has his man over the middle. That's Guy Clausen again. And they're in the red zone with a nice pass over the middle.
Hey, we got to see a little sidearm from Rie this time. As it's Guy Clausen coming across, that sidearm actually gives a trajectory just enough to clear the pressure that is coming from Tacoma around the edge. Big first down, and all of a sudden it's starting to feel like this Annapolis Navigators offense has itself rolling downhill.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Tacoma 12. Bunch set near side. Bailey O'Shaughnessy in the backfield. Be a handoff to O'Shaughnessy up the middle. Has blockers and will pick up about 6 yards before he's met by another salute of Grizzlies.
Hey, O'Shaughnessy showing major strength on the ground here. I'm getting the feeling you just plug it into the cigarette lighter, punch it into the GPS. I think these Navigators are finding their way to the end zone. Announcer's curse.
Empty backfield here on 2nd down. Rie back to pass, fires over the middle, has Guy Clausen, but he's unable to break the plane, but he is able to get the first down.
Attach yourself to O'Shaughnessy here at the 1 yard line. Attach yourself and give him a few people to help clear the way. He is the truck. He is the train. He should get in the end zone.
Huge goal line stand upcoming here for Tacoma. Can they hold the Navigators? There'll be an offside penalty as the handoff for Bailey O'Shaughnessy goes absolutely nowhere, but instead it'll be half the distance to the goal from the original line of scrimmage and another first down.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
Trent Wentworth with that run. I get the fact that you might need to get O'Shaughnessy some Gatorade, but this is one of those times that you need to have him in there. No reason to run him off the side of the field. He's got you all the way down here. Trust in your train. He's not in again.
We'll have to see if the backup can get into the end zone here as they go offset I. It'll be a handoff to the backup, and he will waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Annapolis!
Nice run to the edge, completely untouched is Wentworth as he takes it around the outside. That's how you need to cap off the drive. That's what you need in order to start this second half. It's how you drew it up is on the ground with power football, safe football for Annapolis. They were not stopped coming down the field.
Now we'll see if Hubert Murphy can get off the schneid. He's 0 for 2 on field goal attempts, but those are both beyond 40 yards. We'll see if he can knock home an extra point. Snap spot. The kick is up, and he gets off the schneid. It's a extra point, and Tacoma's lead is cut down to 6.
Everybody in the stadium that's here for Annapolis is holding their breath during that extra point because they know it's going to play into this game. They are only down by 6. You cannot miss those extra points.
Kickoff there by Hubert Murphy, and Mitchell Simpson will start the return at the 10-yard line. He's going to bounce it out to the middle of the field, and he'll get to the 31-yard line. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at www.simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button.
We'll see how Tacoma responds.
That we will, as Johnny Reno will lead out the offense. 3 wide receivers in the I formation. Good pocket there. It collapses now, and he'll be tackled right at the line of scrimmage by the defensive lineman, Ian Rudebanch.
I don't think they're exchanging bonbon recipes. They are definitely starting to get heated down there. I went down to our sideline reporter over halftime, and they were definitely asking whether or not Tacoma had the heat to hold on to this game.
We'll have to see here now. 3 wide receivers in the formation will be handed off to Brad Jones, who cuts up the middle of the field and will pick up 8 yards.
That was a weird run. I feel like the defense ran right past Brad Jones, giving no care of where he was. But really, I should give more credit to number 43, the fullback, Tom Rothschild, sets that isolation play up perfectly, hunts out the linebacker, and clears the road for Jones.
Quick game break, courtesy of Tyrone Jones. A wild series of events sees a field goal as Reno is brought down to the backfield again by Ian Rudenbush, and it'll be 4th down.
Rudenbush just beats the line here. They go with the chop block to try to get Jones on the outside, and no dice, no go, and what ends up happening is you got a good sack for Rodenbush.
And in the other game, it's Memphis 10-7 late in that third quarter. Thank you, Tyrone Jones, for keeping us posted. As we'll see the Tacoma special teams going to come on and punt this one away. Brian Way starts the return at the 30-yard line, tries to make something happen, but he'll be taken down at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is what Annapolis wanted. They needed to score. They needed to make sure that they could get momentum back on their side. This is their chance to take the lead. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. It's going to be L.A. Rie that's going to decide whether or not they do.
Offset eye behind Rie here on 1st down. Hand off to O'Shaughnessy. Man in the backfield and slowed down by the cornerback, and then finally finished off behind the line of scrimmage by Ulysses McCarthy.
Big man on the edge there. He's a 6'3", 280 defensive end. Seals the edge to make sure that contain is kept, and the end result is a 1-yard loss.
4 wide receivers on 2nd down. Passing play here from Rie. Pressure coming up the middle. And he's sacked in the backfield for a loss of 6. Huge play from Exodus O'Brien to get in the backfield.
Holy goodness. That man is big coming up the middle. They had the receivers they needed, but the pressure got to the quarterback before he could get comfortable to throw.
4 wide receivers, and this time L.A. Rie is going to be under center for this one. Pass over the middle. Has his target. And that'll be enough for the 1st down. Brian Way with the reception. And that was a huge conversion for these Navigators.
That's one of those, if you're a defender in this situation, it's one of those, morale losses. You're sitting there and you played how you needed to for the first 2 downs, set them up how you wanted, but they took advantage of you. And in this case, it's Brian Way that hits the slant, grabs the ball at the window of the 1st down.
Huge conversion there, and it's another 1st down for these Navigators. Bunt set near side. Nickel formation here for Tacoma. It's a run up the middle with O'Shaughnessy. He stutter steps at the 48 and then falls forward to the 47 after a pickup of 4.
Ooh, patient running there, but we've seen it from O'Shaughnessy. Wants to get north and south as quickly as possible. Whenever you can slow up Bailey in that progression, you end up getting there in time. In this case, it's a 4-yard gain, but it could have been much worse.
Empty backfield. I believe that's 10 defensive players on the line of scrimmage. Rie takes off, trying to get the 1st down himself, and he's going to be turned around and thrown just before he crosses the 1st down marker.
when he gets up from that tackle, he's like, yeah, this is great. I'm such a good runner. And then you get back to the huddle and you're like, oh, that really hurt. Oh, my head. So 3rd and inches, great play by Rie.
So we'll have to see. Are they going to get Bailey O'Shaughnessy the rock to pick up the first down, and will go through the air? It'll be a run to the left side as O'Shaughnessy, he has a hole. He tries to shake off a tackle at the 31, but he'll be brought down at the 30, but it's a first down for Annapolis.
The Grizzlies lose contain on O'Shaughnessy, as you can see here on the replay. That block that hasn't been getting there earlier in the game gets there just in time. And Bailey, instead of trying to take it and string it out wider, does stay north and south and ultimately gets taken down.
So Exodus O'Brien comes from his defensive tackle spot to make a touchdown-saving tackle. Rie back to pass, pressure coming, dumps it out for O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy is leveled in the backfield after a loss of 2.
A backwards lateral pass there. So I don't know if that will be recorded as a pass or as a run, but it ends up getting -2 yards, and it felt like the pressure for Rie was ultimately just trying to get rid of the football as quickly as he could.
Thanks again to Tyrone Jones. Ottawa answer with a field goal of their own, and that ball game is all tied up in the 4th quarter. Rie back to pass, fires near side, intended for Clausen, but he's unable to haul it in. Great coverage there by R.D. Smith.
R.D. Smith, great coverage on that one indeed. As soon as that ball gets to the receiver, Smith gets his hands in there to break it up and knock it away. That is one of those plays you're going to be happy when you look back. You just got to hold them this time on 3rd down. You need to hold them if you're the Grizzlies defense.
3rd and long here on the Tacoma 32. 4 wide receivers, empty backfield here for Rie. He's back to pass, fires far side, intended for Gill. But no, says R.D. Smith and James Troll the second. That's going to force a 4th down.
Rie throws into bracketed coverage. That is a very tough football to throw, and the pressure was right on Gill. So not surprising that the completion does not happen. We'll see how this play works out. Is that the punter?
We're going to see the punter come out indeed, Ryan, and they're going to elect to play the field goal or the field position battle here late in the 3rd quarter. Punts away, angling to the far side, angling to the out-of-bounds line. That one's going to bounce out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The special teams unit does its job and pins Tacoma deep.
Well, you're hoping that your defense can hold them solid as they did on the last drive. It's still only a 1-score game. This is not difficult to come back into as long as your defense keeps playing strong for Annapolis.
Goal line formation here to start the drive for the Grizzlies. Handoff, Brad Jones up the middle and is knocked to the ground with authority.
Raymond Alterman delivering a big old can of shoulder on that play. I have to think that the reason they punted was because of how terrible the field goal kicking has been earlier in this game.
Another goal line formation here for Tacoma. Here on 2nd and 10. Be a handout this time near side to Brad Jones, who cuts up field and will pick up a good chunk of yardage. But that one is going to be knocked to the ground after getting it forward by Josh Rowe.
Yeah, we've got technically the way they classify this on 3rd and 6 is a 3rd and long. I would like to see us get ziggy with it here and hit him with a little out route that's working his way right at that 1st down marker.
Gun formation, backs on either side of Reno here on 3rd down. He fires near side, intended for, oh my, for Chris Lee, but he was just absolutely destroyed by Len Jones.
I don't know if it's copyright or trademark infringement, but the old Goldberg spear is delivered to Lee here. No way is he coming down with that football. And if you're in chat and you actually know who Goldberg is, congratulations, you're old.
Fantastic. Oh, a spear coming from Goldberg. And, well, from Len Jones, a.k.a. Goldberg. You have officially been nicknamed Goldberg here, Len Jones. And it forces a 4th down. Punt barely gets away here, and it will be Brian Way who starts on the Tacoma 47, and will only get about 2 yards on the return, as there are 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Again, want to thank Tyrone Jones. GP Wells breaks off a 49-yard rushing touchdown for Memphis, and Memphis leads that one 17-10 with 7:27 left to go in that one. Rie is going to go back to pass here on first down, pressure coming. Pass for O'Shaughnessy, has it. He's got room to run on the near side of the field, and he'll be able to pick up the first down before being taken down by Blake Prime.
That is an awkward play all around for the Grizzlies there, as the pressure just stops being applied, and then a misplay on the outside by number 23, Cody Griffin, allows them to gain 10 yards. It's not even close to that football. You're going to need that wind that the kicker keeps having in order to get close to it.
And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. We have reached the fourth quarter. Get your fours up and chat. The Grizzlies are hanging on to this one, 13-7. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back to Tacoma, Washington. The Grizzlies lead this one 13-7. My name is Tyler Falk, alongside Ryan Yosef and the Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Rie back to pass, pumps once, taken down for a sack in the backfield. Tremendous pressure by this Tacoma defense, and they get yet another sack.
They needed that. Annapolis has been moving the ball very comfortably down the field. They're perfectly fine playing the field position battle game because they're winning it substantially here in the second half.
All 11 defenders here for Tacoma are going to come up and play within the lines to gain a line of scrimmage, and that one's nearly picked off.
Number 56, that's who I thought it was. 56, Kyle Simmons, gets his opportunity in order to put his hands all over that football, but can't watch it in. And there's a reason why he's a linebacker.
So 3rd and 12 upcoming here for the Navigators. They come out trips near side, and Rie is all alone in the backfield. Back to pass. 3-step drop, fires over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Guy Clausen with a thunderous hit laid on him. He's unable to hold on.
Great job breaking up that third. It wouldn't have gone for a first down, but those are the little things that make a big difference in the scheme of things. We'll find out here if they're comfortable enough in their kicker to try. Otherwise, we'll get another chance to meet the punter.
It will be the punter, Rand Fullman, who comes on to punt it away and again try and pin Tacoma deep in their own territory. Angles this punt near side. Fair catch called for at the 15 by Mitchell Simpson. And that is where Tacoma will start their next drive.
That is, it's pretty disappointing actually for Annapolis. You move the ball further down the field, but now Tacoma actually gets better starting position than they had last drive. The difference between the 7-yard line and the 15-yard line is much more than 7 yards. Well, 8, much more than 8 yards.
Ace for mission, off the single back. Reno has to shrug off one tackle, broken play, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield for either a loss of one or a sack. But either way, great pressure applied by this Navigators defense.
That play moved very quickly, and it was very tough to keep an eye on. I think that will go down as a sack, but it was intended as a handoff.
Gun formation here. Reno fires near side, has his man. That's Jeremichael Thomas there on the reception, and that's going to bring up a third and more manageable.
All right, they moved the ball up a little bit. They got a little bit more space. They get a more manageable third down, but it's still going to come down. They need to get a first down here so they can push Annapolis back in the event that they get to a fourth down.
4 wide receivers here on third down with Brad Jones in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Jones. He spins away from the line of scrimmage and then is put in the dirt by a nice tackle from John Henderson That's going to be Leathers, picking up the tackle. That will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I much prefer to see Jones run north and south. The spinning stuff is not his style. Got him off his game on that play.
Punts away here for the Grizzlies, and it'll be Brian Way starts with a turn on his own 46, and he'll take it all the way into Tacoma territory, just barely. They'll start the drive on the Tacoma 49. Do you want more SFL content? Our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website at www.simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. They go back to that one formation we saw earlier here, Ryan. We'll see if they go play action this time here on 1st down. Instead, they'll hand off to O'Shaughnessy, who nearly broke off a huge one, but instead will be tackled after a short game by Brian Brand.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if they actually do ever pass out of it. I'm actually spending most of my time watching Gill on that just to see if he goes out to block or goes out for a pass.
Rie all alone in the backfield, trips far side. Rie back to pass, fires far side. He has a man wide open, and that one's going to be hauled in for a great gain of about 6. It will be 3rd and 2 upcoming.
Denzel McCray, I like the reception, but I'm frustrated. I think the man had a better chance of turning that ball upfield. He had plenty of green in front of him. Get those feet down, turn it upfield, and try to get those extra yards for that 1st down.
3rd and short, 2 wide receivers near side, I formation. Rie takes a quick step drop, has time, fires over the middle, has his man over the middle, and that's going to be caught for a 1st down. Denzel McCray, the Week 5 signing, gets in on the action, and it's a 1st down for Annapolis.
Great job watching that football in, grabbing it solid in the middle of a really hard tackle being delivered. That is a good catch for McCray.
4 wide receivers again. Empty backfield. Rie going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Rie, pressure coming. He sacked again! Another huge sack for the Tacoma Grizzlies. Ulysses McCarthy gets it on the action again.
This man is going full-blown Grizzly mode as he takes to the inside route on number 73, Colin Cooley, and he has been getting worked today. Getting absolutely worked is Cooley. He's got to not be extending his hands out in order to stop that from happening.
Offset single back here on 2nd down. 3 wide receivers. Got a quick drop. Pass over the middle for Gill. He has it. He's going to fight for the 1st down. For now, he has it. But there's some laundry on the field. Let's see what R62 has to say.
Pass interference, number 56.
They're going to call pass interference on the defense. Kyle Simmons picks up the interference call. And that will see the Annapolis Navigators pick up a 1st down.
He had his back turned to the football. He's in a tough spot. He's getting exposed by Gill. It's just athlete versus athlete, and he does not have the athletics to keep up with Gill in that situation, and that's what ends up happening.
A 46-yard field goal in the game. Running alongside this one sees Memphis go up 20-10 with just over 2 minutes to go left in that one. Rie, back to pass, pressure coming again. He's sacked again in the backfield. The defensive line of Tacoma get in the backfield and take him down for another sack.
I think that's Howard Fleming's this time. We get a chance to see him dance as well. The line is doing its part if you're the Grizzlies, especially when Annapolis can't trust their kicker. But they've got to put them together and get 3 in a row to get the stop.
Bar formation here for the Navigators. Rie, back to pass, pressure coming. It's back-to-back sacks. Exodus O'Brien with his 2nd sack on the game.
Look at the belly flex on him. That man, I just love it. He's so big and his arms just look so skinny, but he uses that leverage to beat the line of script or beat the offensive line, and now they've knocked him out of field goal range.
Four wide receivers on third and a country mile. Rie over the middle. Finds Gale! What a play to convert on 3rd and 21. It's a 22-yard completion and one of the most important ones so far in this game.
I'm going to try to talk slow during this replay so you can get some water, because if you keep upping it to level 11 on a 10 level dial, we're in trouble. A great catch by Gill. He, again, knows where the first down marker is and runs that deep slant route right to the marker. Rie is there to deliver the ball. This is crushing if you are the Grizzlies defense.
Offset eye here on first down inside the red zone for the Navigators. Handoff, O'Shaughnessy cuts out the far side, has a blocker, and he'll cut upfield even closer to the end zone. He gets all the way down to the 5-yard line.
O'Shaughnessy has got to have some fresh legs here. I hope they keep O'Shaughnessy in on these plays. When we were down here last time, they put in Wentworth, but I'm interested to see what O'Shaughnessy can do when they need to go to power football.
Goal line formation here. O'Shaughnessy gets the call again, but they sent the house on the Tacoma defense and knock O'Shaughnessy in the backfield.
5 blue, or I would say green, possibly teal jerseys in the backfield around that tackle. No room to run. You've got to just go down to the ground and take the football safely with you.
3 wide receivers. The coverage backs off, and they're just putting almost all the DBs in the end zone to cover the touchdown. Rie back to pass. Finds O'Shaughnessy on the far side. He runs out of bounds.
Number 21 for the Grizzlies. It's Mike Little, got all turned around in coverage out there. So O'Shaughnessy had plenty of room to run with the football if he could have been kept in bounds. Now, I don't know if that's the design of the route or if Rie leads him too far out. Ultimately, it's going to end up costing you 4 points, maybe 7.
Hubert Murphy is 0 for 2 on field goal attempts today. Does he have a little bit of redemption? Snap spot. Kick is up. And this one is good. He's 1 for 3. And more importantly, it brings Annapolis within 3 points. Tacoma 13, Annapolis 10.
Wow, that is... there are uncomfortable kicks in football, and that was right up there. I don't know if I felt more uncomfortable for a 20-some yard kick than I was looking at that one.
Kickoff is away from Hubert Murphy, and Mitchell Simpson starts at about his 11-yard line. Tries to make a shifty move at the 25, but it ultimately gets him tackled at the 28.
All right, if I had perfect stats, I would tell you how long Annapolis' last drive took. Instead, I'm just going to say that it was 6 minutes and 15 seconds-ish. That math doesn't work out, but that was a long drive is the point. So if the Grizzlies can get their own long drive here and chew up this clock, it will make it very difficult for Annapolis.
Goal line formation here for the Grizzlies. Handoff Brad Jones. He has a nice little hole and picks about 4 yards before being brought down.
Yep, if you are a Rustlers fan, that's the kind of run you want to see from Brad Jones. Up the middle with plenty of room, not getting touched till about 2 yards up the field. This could be spoiler city here. I hope you're on as far the edge of the seat as I am.
And right now, both outcomes of the games going on right now are working in their favor. Ottawa just knocked home a field goal with 1:12 left to go in that game. Thank you to Rain Man and YouTube chat for bringing us that. As Reno is back to pass, finds Brad Jones, a whiff of a tackle there, but Brad Jones is eventually going to be knocked behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. It brings up 3rd and 7 with just under 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the game.
I don't believe we've had an official turnover in this game. You've got to take care of the football here if you are Tacoma, no matter what.
3 wide receivers in an I formation here. It'll be a handoff for Brad Jones. He tries to slug off the tackle, but he can't get away. A tackle in the backfield by number 96, Mark Radson, brings up a quick 3 and out.
Wow, that is a tough drive if you are a Grizzlies fan. Normally you see Brad Jones break that first tackle, unable to do it there. This will set up a very pivotal drive and all the fun that comes along with it.
This one's going to go all the way to the wire. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remain here in this one. Landers' punt is nearly blocked, but he gets it away, and a fair catch by Brian Way at the 34 will be caught. And so, with just over 2 minutes to go, Annapolis need to find a way to get on the board to either tie or take the lead.
I need everybody who's in chat, take this quick time here to go. If you've got to work tomorrow morning, go move your alarm to 6 minutes later because you're going to need more sleep because you better not plan on going anywhere.
4 wide receivers, empty backfield here to start the drive. Quick step drop here for Rie. Fires over the middle. A diving catch made by Denzel McCray. He's making an impact here late in this one.
I have had the pleasure of announcing a few of these Annapolis games this season, and Denzel McCray is Mr. Fourth Quarter. That is a hell of an extension of his body to come down with that catch. Yes, he deserves to stand up and taunt the Grizzly defense when you make a play like that.
Power I formation here for the Navigators. Time continue to quick tick down. You have 1 second before the 2-minute warning, but they get the playoff for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, but he's going to go absolutely nowhere as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's do or die time for the Navigators. They need a win to secure a playoff spot. This is the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back to Washington State. Annapolis needs some points here to stay alive in the playoffs. Pass over to O'Shaughnessy is going to be caught, but he's going to go out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, that ball travel is something. He's probably halfway to the ground when that ball comes out, and O'Shaughnessy still almost makes the catch. This is one of those situations where if you can't trust your kicker, this could be a problem, but Annapolis has 3 timeouts, and that could play into how they decide to move forward.
Trips far side of the formation here on 3rd and 10. They need a conversion here. You're more than likely in 4-down territory. Rie back to pass, steps in the pocket, and he's sacked again! Matthew Sandoval brings Rie down to the backfield, and even though it's going to be 4th and long, Navigators more than likely have to go for it to keep their playoff chances alive.
You know, some quarterbacks, when they have a good game, they go out and they buy their offensive line steak that the quarterback pays for because, quarterbacks make the big money. The right side of the Annapolis line is a sieve. They've got to do something about it here.
4th and 15, trips near side here for the Navigators. Rie back to pass, fires near side. And that one is going to be ruled complete.
No,
we'll have to find out. First down, says the commissioner, Cameron Irvine. A huge conversion to Josh Gill. All plays are reviewable only by the booth, so we'll see if Tacoma challenges. But for now, the Grizzlies need to come up with a stop here late.
Wow. For the sake of theatrics, that was something. Doesn't even speak to the fact that I don't know who it was. I was trying to watch on the sideline that Gill okay.
We were going to retract that last statement. It was an incomplete pass, and Tacoma get the ball back here with under 1:50 left to go in the game. It'll be a handoff for Brad Jones. We should see a steady diet of runs from him, and he'll be taken down after a gain of 6. And so now we'll see the timeout start to roll from Annapolis, and we'll find out.
Did you see Jones there, or just look down at the other team? He's like, yeah, I got this one, dog. I got this one. I really like watching chat react to the possible first down that didn't happen, so I'm enjoying that over here.
Have to see what happens here. Goal line formation here for the Grizzlies. A first down would do it. Handoff, Jones taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And Annapolis is going to call their 3rd and final timeout. Meanwhile, Memphis has won in the game on the SFL Twitch channel, which means they are in. If Tacoma can hang on, Annapolis would be out, and Salt Lake City, with a 1 in 8 chance of making the playoffs, would sneak in on the final day with a 4-4 record. Handoff, Brad Jones to the outside. He's going to be tackled in the backfield, and though the clock will continue to run, that will give the Annapolis Navigators one more chance to make something happen.
Well, you needed your defense to step up after a tough drive for Annapolis, and they do. We'll see what they can do with it.
All starts here with a punt from Johnny Landers. He lets the clock continue to wind down.
We've got about 9 seconds. If you need anything, I'll be going out to eat and getting some steak after today's game if anyone wants to.
Punt coming, blocked. Nearly blocked, and a fair catch called for at the 10-yard line by Brian Way. And so they need at least 60 yards to get into field goal range, 90 yards to win it here, Ryan.
Yep, this is where you make those big bucks if you want to move up in the draft. This is where you show off a little bit. I think you want to work the side of the field, but I don't know if you're going to get much space to. Also, pay attention to how many blitzers show up on these plays.
Nickel formation here for Tacoma. They're going to expect pass the entire way. Rie back to pass, fires near side, finds Josh Gill, who steps out of bounds after a gain of 4.
All right, simple routes, simple conclusion. They get 4 yards. It's their bread and butter. It's what they need. I don't know if you can trust the right side of your offensive line to hold for a 7-step drop and deep routes that you're going to need to stay into this, but you've got to take a shot at some point. 48 seconds is plenty of time, but it's not enough to just go little things down the middle of the field.
3 wide receivers. Here on second down, Rie back to pass, fires far side, has his man in Denzel McCray, and McCray is going to pick up the first down and, more importantly, get out of bounds. 45 seconds remain on the ticker.
Fourth quarter, McCray shows up again here, gets the first down. Nice route. They seem to be pretty comfortable. If you're going to just keep giving them 4 or 5 yards at a time, they're going to take it. They could ultimately get in field goal range if they keep doing this. It's taking about 3 to 4 seconds per play, so it means about 10 plays, about 40 yards if you do the math.
Offset eye behind Rie with 2 wide receivers near side. First down for their 21. Pass near side, and that's caught in coverage by Denzel McCray. He's going to pick up 2, and we're going to see the hurry-up offense here for the Navigators. Quick step drop here for Rie. Out to O'Shaughnessy. He's going to be tackled behind the line. Under 30 seconds to go. Back in the hurry-up here for the Navigators.
Look for the Grizzlies to bring more than just 4.
They're going to only send 4. Roll out here for Rie. Pass over the middle. It's picked off! The Tacoma Grizzlies, back-to-back weeks, are the spoiler of the SFLm. Picked off by R.D. Smith, who leads all free safeties in interceptions.
He sits back. He knows that the plays will be coming to him. They need big chunks. And Annapolis refused to go deep. They tried once. And there he sat to take advantage of it. Number 27, that beautiful free safety from Tacoma.
Salt Lake City, have you been watching? You're going to the playoffs following the Tacoma Grizzlies' victory. What a way to get into the playoffs. There's your final. Tacoma 13, Annapolis 10. And so, with the final blow of the whistle, the Navigators' season comes to an abrupt end here in Washington State. Ryan, what was the key to victory here for the Grizzlies?
To me, it was defense, and then if you take a little bit of salt and turn it into defense, it's more defense, because that defensive line for the Grizzlies was ultimately what strung out every drive that they needed against the Navigators here. I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking about how 6 points were left on the board for the Navigators, because those were done so early that they had a chance to make up for it. But it was that deep left side of the defensive line that I would give the MVP to.
It was a phenomenal effort for the Navigators. They had some good games, and they had some unfortunate games, and this one, sadly, is an unfortunate game.
Yeah, the score doesn't speak to how much fun I hope this game was for everybody sitting at home. You can get those big, high-flying, big-scoring, throw it over the top, 45 to 48 type games that I like, but there's also this type of game. 10 to 13 is not a bad football game. It's just a different type that I hope you had fun watching.
So the Navigators, the Grizzlies, were 1-5 2 weeks ago. They come and they knock off Memphis last week, and they knock off the Navigators here this week. The player of the game will be Ziggy Hronek, and he will pick up the player of the game. 5 receptions, 63 yards, and a touchdown, Ryan.
Yep, Ziggy picking up the player of the game speaks to what that game was.
And so the seeding for the playoffs is finalized. Albuquerque in the top spot. It will be the Birmingham Fuel picking up the 3rd spot, Memphis in 3rd, and then sneaking in the back door are the Salt Lake City Rustlers. Thank you all so much for joining us this regular season. Playoff football kicks off next Wednesday, and we'll see you then. My name is Tyler Falk. For Ryan Yosef and Cameron Irvine, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.